Hi, Cancer. Happy December 2019. Can you guys believe it? A whole new decade is coming in. So what's going to be happening with Cancer in December 2019? Cancer, December 2019. What are you guys deciding to keep from 2019 and work on and explore and improve? What's working and what's not? What are we just going to nix and say, okay, that's just not cutting it. That's not working out for me. It's an interesting time of year to tie up loose ends and start thinking about future projects and endeavors and goals that you want to achieve in the next decade of your life. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. What's going on with Cancer? Okay. First card out is the Seven of Pentacles. Under that is the King of Cups. Next card is the Nine of Swords. Under that, we have the Star. Next card is the Devil. If I can get the glare off of there. And under that, we have the Knight of Pentacles. All right. Interesting. So just give me a sec, Cancer. Let me take a look at these and see what comes up, okay? Bear with me one moment. It looks like you guys are already thinking ahead. Almost like you're taking a look at what you currently have and where you can go with it and what you can do with it. I think you guys, by the end of the month and going into the new year, are going to have a pretty clear idea of where you currently stand and what needs to be done going forward in order to achieve that. So let's go ahead and start out with the cards, and we'll go from there, okay? So first card that you have is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is very much a, kind of an assessing card. Taking a look at what we have, what we've planted, what we've contributed, and making plans for the growth of that. This is a Pentacles card, and Pentacles stands for tangible earth matters, property, finance, career, health, right? So everything that's earthly and tangible. And it looks like you guys are really taking a look at the work you've done over the past year and really assessing where you're at, and you're kind of in a waiting point after you assess that to wait for these seeds to actually grow. I think the King of Cups represents where you want to be. The Cups is the water suit, and you guys are a water sign. So You can see the King of Cups is very content to be comfortable at home, very content in his own skin, just very emotionally stable. I mean, there could be like World War III going on outside of this guy's house, and nothing's going to rattle him. And I think that this is kind of the feeling that you guys are striving for. Just contentment and peace, emotional peace. You're still going through. Cancer's been going through a little bit of anxiety and this feeling of it's a little bit insecure. It's a little bit like not knowing where things are going, right? Not having a steady foundation, not sure where things are heading. And that kind of feeling and negative, thought process is the Nine of Swords. Okay, that represents like sleepless nights, anxiety, what I call brain monkeys going round and round in the head, where we're asking all these questions and we're not getting any answers. And it's just a very hard card to deal with. But underneath that, you guys have the Star card, which is a major arcana, and I believe one of the best cards in the deck. So things are definitely looking up. Something has sparked your hope back. You're starting to get that inspiration and that hope, right? That's the Star, looking towards the future, having your eye on a goal, and it's providing you a little bit more emotional stability because you finally have something to center on and look forward to. And no matter what terrain you have to cross, you're just going to keep your eye on that star, on that hope, and you're eventually going to find your way to where you need to go. So I do feel like you are, this is your hope, right? To have that comfort and that security and to have that inner knowledge, that inner peace, and be content with yourself. So you guys for the month of December are in a period of assessment, taking a look at, okay, what do I have? What do I need to do? How long is this going to take? What is it going to grow into? This is where you guys have been coming from. And I remember that from your last reading. Typically, I try not to remember the readings because as readers, we don't want to carry that energy around with us. We want to do the reading and give as much information we can and then let it go. But I do remember Cancer's reading from last month for some reason or another. It really stuck with me because it was just like kind of like this uneasy feeling. I don't know how else to describe it. It was very uneasy. It felt like, okay, like what's going to happen? Where is this going? What am I doing? Like, it was just a very kind of confusing and stagnant energy, and nobody likes to feel like that, Cancer. And I mean, I feel like you guys have been going through that. Cancer needs security. Cancer needs to know. Cancer just needs to know. Cancer needs to know that, that they have a stable and secure environment to come home to. Cancer needs to know that there's always a place for them. And I feel like that's been topsy-turvy for you guys. And this is what you want. Again, you're wanting that kind of contentment and that kind of comfort and that kind of security of just knowing. Just knowing. You guys are getting there. You guys are coming up with a plan. And even if you're not sure completely how you're going to get there yet, Cancer, you know what you want. And no matter what kind of terrain you have to cross to get there, you're going to find your way. Next, you have the Devil card, which is another major arcana. So the Devil card represents feeling entrapped by something, and it's often the card that represents addictions a lot of the time. And when I say addictions, everybody's like, oh, they automatically think of drugs or alcohol or something like that. No, there's addictions of all kinds. There's food addictions, there's all kinds of addictions, and anything that you're doing too much, that you're not doing in moderation, could potentially be an addiction. Okay. And so this is another energy that you guys have been struggling with. The fact that it's right next to the Nine of Swords, to me, indicates that the possibly, at least one of the addictions that you've been dealing with and struggling with is negative thoughts, right? A racing mind, the inability to settle your mind down. And that is a form of addiction, you guys. If you have an addiction of racking your brain and going round and round and round, so I feel like some of you guys have been working to try to conquer this, because if you do this for long enough, you don't really survive and you hardly really live at all. Definitely during the month of December, I think you guys are setting new goals and priorities. And like I said, you might not be exactly sure how you're going to get there yet, but you sure as hell aren't going to do this anymore. You're over it, you're done. And there's almost kind of like a release. There was a release. Because as long as you keep your eye on the ball, as long as you can maintain some hope that something's going to work out somehow, then that's how you can conquer this energy right here. That's how you can say, okay, I'm going to stop trying to figure this all out, because it's not time for me to have all the answers. What I can do is take the information that I do have, take the things that I do have, take a look at my situation the way it is right here, right now, and see how I can improve those things, right? See how I can work on those things. I can't necessarily control everything that's going to change in the next year, or what's going to happen, or what other people are going to do, but I can certainly take a look and assess my situation right now. And if I feel like I can improve that some way to work towards my goals or to meet my goals, that's what my objective is going to be going forward. And that's where the Knight of Pentacles comes in. The Knight of Pentacles, and knights are typically pretty fast moving energies, but the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight. He is steady. He is a planner. He is willing to put in the work and wait for things to happen, right? But he does look ahead. He does do some planning. He does assess. And interesting enough, the fact that you have, the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, you guys are definitely assessing what it is that you're working with. And you're definitely, maybe making some plans to see how to improve that. It could be that you're trying to improve your financial situation. It could be that you're trying to maybe you want to purchase a different property, or be able to live somewhere else, or do something else, right? But it's all about the seeds that you're planting, and there's a little bit of a patience that's required here, because these seeds have to sprout and they have to grow. But you guys are working on it. And you know what? This energy, this is constructive, healthy energy. So I'm liking this turnaround here. I'm liking the fact that you're like, okay, if I don't feel secure, if I don't feel steady in my particular situation right now, what can I do to improve upon that? And the fact that you guys are getting hope back, because you realize that, you know what? Regardless of exactly how everything turns out, I know I'm going to work to head in the right direction. I may not have all the pieces yet. I'm not going to rack my brain over it. I'm not going to try to figure everything out, because I just can't anymore. That's not doing me any good. It's making me feel held hostage, like I can't get out of my situation, like I'm trapped. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop worrying all the time. And there's a little bit of process involved with that. Part of that is kind of retraining the way that we think, right? But a big part of it is having the star card. For me, I know I keep on showing it, but it's a great card. Also, not only represents hope, but it represents faith. It's faith. It's faith in the destination. You might not have all the the details worked out, but you're certainly working on that. You're definitely taking a look at that. You're definitely considering things. I really like this for you guys. This is really, really a good step forward in the right direction for the month of December. Tying up, unhealthy thought processes, tying up any kind of addictions or chains that are holding you hostage and making you feel trapped, and throwing those away and expanding that knowledge and expanding that openness and saying, you know what, I'm ready. I'm ready to at least start making little stepping stones, towards the direction that I want to go. There's no reason to sit there and rack your brain and try to figure it out, because it's not going to work. You're not going to come to any solution that way. What does help is action. What does help is getting your hands in there and getting things done, even if it's the littlest minute thing. If you work on things that help you feel more secure about reaching that point where you want to be, that's going to make all the difference in the world. I'm so glad, so glad, Cancer, that you guys are working to conquer that anxiety. Let's go ahead and pull a guidance card. Guidance card for Cancer. Guidance card for Cancer. It's a relief to see this reading, you guys, because I can see things really starting to look up, and I don't know, I can see you doing some really great things in 2020. I really can. Part of it, I know this sounds ridiculous, but part of it is being able to let go of the outcome. Part of it is being okay with not having all the answers. And I think that you guys are doing really good at that. I think that you guys are incorporating more faith. I think that you have gotten to the point where you're just like, you know what, this is what I'm working with. I'll continue to work at this, continue to do the best I can, and continue to progress no matter what happens or what's going on around me. I have a destination in mind, and I will get there eventually. All right, let's take a look. Dear you, oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you were clinging to, and let spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There is a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said? Take one step towards the gods and they will take 10 towards you. We're all doing the destiny cha-cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Loving you always. I I love that. I love that for you, Cancer. I mean, it's just what we talked about. It's just what we talked about. It's a part of releasing all of that pent up anxiety and those troubling thoughts that have just kind of held you trapped for so long, is releasing, because part of releasing fear is about having faith. Having faith that things are going to work out. Just having faith, don't be so scared. Just do the best you can. Like I said, take a look at what you have going on and everything around you, because we have this tendency to think about what we don't have, right? What didn't work, what didn't happen, what we haven't achieved, what's going wrong, instead of here's what's going right. Here's the things that we do have, and here's how we can build on what we do have and all the good things that we've achieved in life to continue that journey forward. I really think that you guys are heading in the right direction. I'm so super excited. And I think that you guys are going to have a really good month. I wanted to bring up to you also, a lot of people were questioning me about private readings. I am going to start doing personal readings in the month of January. So I will keep you guys updated on that. And probably in next month's reading, I'll give you maybe a little bit more detail on that. But I'm really looking forward to it. I want to thank all of you guys for all of your support. This is a brand spanking new channel, and everyone's been so nice. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up for support. If you want to continue to see the videos on a monthly basis, hit that subscribe button. You'll be notified when I release the videos. And thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your support. And Cancer, I absolutely adore you guys. And I'm so relieved to see this reading for you. And I'm so excited to see what the month of December holds for you and what the upcoming decade holds for you. I know that you guys are going to achieve great things and you're going to get that security you've been looking for. Mwah. I love you. See you next time.